Cup of coffee in the big time. Yeah. For some reason, I don't know. I'm addicted to McDonald's coffee. Okay, this is video number 2. Let me fix this light. It's a little bit better. All right. To join video number 2. Eventually, I'm going to get a green screen, so this is just a for now thing. I'm not trying to be, the next big YouTuber or anything like that. But anyway, I just want to say, once again, I want to give a big shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. Again, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing this. I just wanted to do it for a very long time. And then a lot of my friends are telling me, oh, you should make videos. So here I am. So I'm just going to talk, briefly. I'm not going to make this too long of a video. I just wanted to talk about PlayStation 5, and I think it's a phenomenal system. They're just doing great things, and I just can't wait to the bigger things to come. July is going to be a huge month. They're going to have their own separate thing, but they're going to be part of that Jeff Keighley summer event, which I think is great. But I don't expect any big bombshell announcements. But you never know. Sony, they can surprise you. I'm just looking forward to a lot of big titles. I've been hearing, there's going to be a new Tony Hawk game. What else? There was another game that was on my mind the other day that they're bringing back. Getting too many pop-ups. McCaffrey, got that. Oh, that's cool. The Mega Sale Vault is now. It was at EA. Give it away for free. NBA 2K21. Wow, it's free. Okay, I'll have to download that later. Anyway, so yeah, PlayStation 5 is an amazing system. I like what they've been doing. The design of the system, it's crazy. I was not expecting, a system that's going to be that big, but I think it's cool. You can see it right here. Boom. I'm just really excited what they're going to be doing. The backwards compatibility. Hip Hop Gamer definitely went more in depth on that. I would definitely recommend, subscribing to him, and he can go more in depth on that. But I do a lot of research, and you could just see where things are headed. Where at the Azure cloud, the Gaikai, how they're going to be coming into one eventually. I'm just excited about a lot of what Sony's going to be doing. I'm really hoping, far as I know, Resistance. Hopefully they'll make the remake of the trilogy or be a brand new one. Been waiting for that. Love those games. Metal Gear Solid. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. I just can't wait for Sony to announce a lot of this stuff. What I've been playing lately, I just finished up Far Cry 5. Was it 4 or 5? 5. I just finished that up. Weird ending. Very weird ending. I know there's 3 different endings, but it was a little weird. I liked it, though. I can't wait for Far Cry 6. Probably coming out in October, if I had to guess. Next, I got to jump back onto Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is phenomenal. I love Ubisoft. Love what they've been doing. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. It's hard to pinpoint one specific topic because, I could be sitting here all day and talk about all this stuff. But again, this is my second video. Eventually, I'm just gonna transition to just talk about one specific topic. I just want to get, people to know me and my personality, uh, and to get to know me a little bit more. And hopefully they subscribe and like my content, because this is just a second video of many. I'm gonna keep making videos. I might not make them every single week. Eventually, I probably will. But I wanted to do a second video this week. But I have a full-time job. Uh, I do. And then my daughter is here, so I'm not going to make this a long video. Um, I just wanted to hop on and make the second video, because people ask me, when are you making the second video? I'm like, all right, I'll make it. And again, I don't have that many subscribers, uh, but hopefully one day I will. But I'm not going to hound people. I'm just not going to be like that. I'll put up a little blurb saying, hey, going live on YouTube, subscribe if you want. I'm not going to push anybody. Listen, again, I'm not trying to be like the next big YouTuber or anything like that. The whole reason why I started getting into making YouTube videos is not only just because my friends were telling me I should, um, but Hip Hop Gamer, it all comes back, and I know I keep name dropping him, but it's true. I would say 2009, 2010, around that time frame, I messaged him on Twitter, and I said, one day I want to make, YouTube videos, something along the lines, something like that. And he's like, oh yeah, cool, blah blah, and then it just stemmed from there. And I subscribed, of course, since day one, when he was around and everything. He's been around for a very long while. I highly recommend this channel. Seriously, great guy. He puts out great content, and the way he conducts himself and promotes, Logitech G and everything else that he has as a sponsor, I think is phenomenal. Hot 97, all that stuff. That's great. He represents New York, and I'm proud of that. Do I miss New York? Yeah, I definitely do. I miss my friends from New York. I'm not going to lie. I was born and raised on Long Island. I miss Long Island. I came to Utah for a better life for my daughter. There's a whole huge story behind that. Not going to get into. That's not what this YouTube video and channel is about. I'm not trying to get any people to feel bad or anything like that. It's not what this is about. This is going to be a gaming channel, but I wanted to talk a little bit about that so people understand, again, where my personality is, and get to know me a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have my bed showing in the back, but this is a perfect spot for me because I have my window there. I like it. It gets me a little bit more light, but eventually there's going to be a green. I'm going to get like a green screen, and that's pretty much it. That's all I pretty much need. I don't want to go too crazy, but it's a lot better than what the background looks like now. But I think this TV can swivel, and I can, here, I don't know if I could show you. I could pull it out a little bit. I don't know if you could see that. Say it moves a little bit. I can maybe angle it, maybe towards my back, or maybe, move the camera on an angle, and then you can see stuff on TV. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I got to play around with a lot of things. Again, this is my second video. It's not my 200th video. I'm not, I don't have 1 million subscribers. Listen, I'm doing this because I always wanted to do this, and I finally pulled the trigger when I was like, you know what? Let me do it. I'm just going to do it. I just woke up one day and said, you know what? Why not? Don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't do something. Just do it. What's the worst that's going to happen, right? You get pushed down, you get back up, right? Or what is it saying? You get knocked down, you get back up. Listen, I got knocked down so many times in life. I kept it moving. 37 years old. Some of my friends never made it to 37. There's reasons why, and it's, but again, it's, it's not good. It wasn't good situations. Anyway, life is good. I have nothing to complain about. I just wanted to come on and make this second video. I wanted to talk about about PlayStation, how they're doing great and they're doing big things. I'm a huge PlayStation guy, but at the end of the day, I play everything. I have my Series X on the opposite side of my PlayStation. I play PC games. You know, I love this game for PS3, Metal Gear Solid 4. Love it. I go back to that every now and then. Playing my PS Vita. I play everything. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Dreamcast. All that stuff is in my living room. One day I might hook it up onto this TV and might do some gaming videos because some of my friends was actually telling me about that I should do that. I think I will. I think I'll have some gaming sessions and stuff. I'm an open book. Anytime that someone has a question, listen, I have nothing to hide. Come at me, ask me anything. I'll tell you. Simple as that. I just want to talk about also, I definitely went off topic because I really wanted to make this all about PlayStation 5, but I still think that I need to prove myself to people. I think that people are not going to take me serious, and I want them to because I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. And there was people in my life that said, "Oh, you can't do that. You kidding me? You can't do that." You know, you block those people out of your life. You just need to surround yourself with positive people. Simple as that. When someone says that you can't do something, prove them wrong. Go ahead and do it. Because I woke up a month ago saying, you know what? I'm going to make some YouTube videos. I'm going to do it. Here I am. Got a PC about 3 months ago. And I started about a week ago. I made my first video. And thank you again for anybody that subscribed, anybody that liked my video. Listen, first video, this is my second. Again, this is not supposed to be like a huge video. I think at the end of the day, I want to prove myself and I want people to understand my personality more, and not take me lightly, because I guarantee you my channel is going to be big and I'm going to make sure that it will be. I will work hard to make this YouTube channel big. Now, I'm not expecting it to be billions and billions of subscribers. Maybe a couple thousand, maybe more. But again, I appreciate anybody and everybody that, looks at my content. And these are more like rants. Eventually, like I said earlier, I am going to stick to one specific topic. It could be PlayStation oriented. The next video could be Nintendo oriented. Next video could be Xbox oriented. But as you can see, I'm a huge PlayStation guy. I love PlayStation. Love it. Okay. I'll never forget the first time I got my original PlayStation from my dad. It was for my birthday. And I remember sitting in the basement and I was playing my original Nintendo. Because I still had my original Nintendo, and I was playing Super Mario 3. And I was on the tank level, I think World 8, where those little bullets come out of the tanks, and you have to jump over them, jump over different tanks, and then like the flames are coming out on top of some of the tanks and everything, and that's when you fight Bowser at the end. Anyway, I remember playing that. I paused it. My dad calls me up from the basement. He goes, "Hey, I got something for you." And he just got home from work early that day, and I was like, "What is going on?" So he's like, "Here, close your eyes." I'm like, "Okay." And he goes, "All right, open them." So I'm like, gives me a place. I'm like, "What?" Oh, I'll never forget that. And if I'm not mistaken, it came with that demo disc. There was a demo disc of like Gran Turismo, Jet Moto, I think Twisted Metal 2, I think, on it, or the first one. It came with a demo disc, and Crash Bandicoot. It was like a 5-game demo on that disc. PlayStation Hits or something like that. God, I really wish I can remember. But I'll never forget that day anyway. I hooked it up, and I wound up getting Frank Thomas Big Hurt Baseball. Funny story with that. It's one of my favorite baseball games, the PlayStation 1. If you can find that game, highly recommend it. Trick to it is if you ever play as Frank Thomas, press on the analog, not the analog, I'll show you an Xbox, same kind of button. So you press down and then press left once. That's the sweet spot. You'll never miss a home run. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And I did it one day accidentally. Press down, left. Boom, got in the sweet spot. I was like, oh, man, he just keeps on getting home runs every time I play as him. Wow. Never failed. Never fails. And then it came with a baseball card, which I still have to this day. But I remember the very first day that I played that game, I was taking the disc out, and my brother wanted to play with me, play 2-player. My cousin was over, and we wanted to play. And I took the disc out, and I cracked it in half. I was like, oh, my God. And it came in that big PlayStation case. I don't know if you remember those. And I wind up popping it out, and the disc cracked. And I'm like, oh, no. And then my brother goes, oh, pop it in. It should still work. And I'm like, the disc is cracked, Joe. Anyway, put it in. I was young. I was 12, 13 or something like that. Popped it in. Did it work? No. So my dad, I'll never forget this. My dad wrote, oh my God. It starts with an A, I believe. God, I'm really drawing a blank of the developer. Oh my God, this is bad. And they were from Long Island, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my God, this is gonna bother me now. This is embarrassing. I used to know this in the back of my hand. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up right now. I used to know this too. I can't believe this. Man. I believe that they were on Long Island too. Trying to find it. They're not in business anymore. They were made by Acclaim. Wow, that was bad. I used to remember that. They were made by Acclaim, same makers that put out WWF Warzone and a couple other the WWF wrestling games at the time. Oh my God, sorry. I apologize because I used to remember that. Anyway, so my dad wrote a letter to Acclaim, and it's like, and we wind up sending the baseball card back. Because we sent everything back. We don't want to, come off as like, oh, we're just, you know what I mean? We wanted to send it back. That hurt me because at the time I was collecting baseball cards, hockey cards, football cards, the tops, trading cards. Still have them today. And so I would say maybe about a week later, got the game in the mail, and we're not expecting that. He wrote a letter along the lines of stating, my son accidentally broke this. Is there any way that you could send, and he's a huge Frank Thomas fan. Still am. Still a huge Frank Thomas fan. Even though he played for White Sox, doesn't matter. Still, still a fan of his. And again, it's one of my favorite baseball games. That and Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball. Love that game as well for Nintendo 64. Love it. Anyway, so we got a letter back from Acclaim saying, oh, thank you so much for reaching out to us. Here's another copy of the game. And, keep the baseball card. And yeah, and I'll never forget that. And that was great. I was like, oh, Dad, thank you so much. And that killed me when I was like, I can't believe it. Because how I took it out, again, that was one of my first PlayStation games. I just popped it out. You have to actually press the button, then lift it out, not just yank the thing out. Listen, young and dumb, learned my lesson. Ever since then, always been more careful. Other games that I played when I was a kid, I mean, ColecoVision. That was my first system. That was my dad's system. And I'll never forget that. That was a great game. Great system. I used to play that a lot. And then I went into Nintendo, played the jump track and field game, Duck Hunt, Mario 2, Mario 3, Tetris. Castlevania, Bart Simpson, Space Invaders, I think it was called, Fester's Quest, Yonoid. I can keep going on. So many games. Love Nintendo. Then I got my first PlayStation. Then it went into PlayStation 2, Super Nintendo, Genesis, and went on from there all the way up to now. Played everything. I used to have a huge collection of games, but once I moved, sold everything. Do I regret it? Yeah. But listen, at the time I had no choice. Could I kept everything? Yeah, I could have put everything in storage, but I didn't want to pay storage fees and all that. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be like in my 60s down the road and then have all this stuff collecting dust. I didn't want to do that. So now I get everything digitally. Again, but I still play everything. But mostly I've been playing, I've been giving my Series X a little bit of love. I just finished up Far Cry 5. Great game. If you never played it, highly recommend it. I'm about to play the DLC story. It was New Dawn, I think it was called. I think it's something like that. It was with the black women on the cover of the game. So I want to play that. I think that's really cool. So my favorite games, my favorite franchise is Assassin's Creed. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed guy. I said that in my prior video. Again, Metal Gear Solid series, Metal Gear Solid 4, but it all started with me on the very first Metal Gear for PlayStation. That game was ahead of its time. Loved that game. Loved it. And when you put the controller in port 2 and Psycho Mantis, where he's like, "Oh, you're playing blah blah," and he knew, I thought that was great. That was ahead of its time. Spyro, oh my god. And then now, what I've been playing mostly is Far Cry 5, Tetris, the 360 version. That came out, I think, 2007. If I'm not mistaken, it was a 360 Xbox Live Arcade back in the day, and that was a backwards compatible title. So I've been playing that on the Series X. If you want to add me on PlayStation, my gamer tag is Game-Boy1983. On Xbox, it's one word, Game Boy, and then the numbers 1983, all one. The difference between the PlayStation and Xbox is I have a dash between game and boy, and on Xbox is one thing. So again, PlayStation, it's Game-Boy1983, and on Xbox, it's one word, GAMEBOY 1983. Add me. And you could see all the games that I have in my library, and you'd be like, okay, this guy is a legit gamer. Same thing goes with PlayStation. I have a lot of games. I promise you that. So eventually I'm probably going to get into gaming reviews, news, and that kind of thing. But again, I really want people to understand and get to know me a little bit more. So if they say, hey, he likes the same stuff I like, I'm going to subscribe and see what he has to say. Could I get into news and all that kind of stuff? Yeah, I could. I could do that. But I would rather prove myself first and have people get to know me. And then maybe starting on the 10th video, at least that's my goal. I think maybe that's when I'm going to start getting into talking about specific topics. Again, it could be anything where one day I'll just be all PlayStation, oriented, and the next day it could be the Xbox and Nintendo, or it could just be more rants or just more talk and get to know me. I have nothing to hide. Ask me anything. I mean, seriously. I mean, life is too short. I'm hoping that, I could prove myself to people and say, hey, I want to subscribe to this guy. This guy's legit. He's down to earth. I like his content. I think, I think I have big things that I eventually want to do. And I don't want to say anything yet, but I have big ideas of what I want to do. Again, I got to get a green screen. Again, got to start off and be humble. I'm not going to be having a green screen and like graphics in the back and it'd be like, oh yeah, so this is what's coming to come out. This is what's going to happen, blah, blah. If you see my stuff on Twitter, that's all I need to say. Again, I don't have to prove myself to anybody and that fact. But I want to prove myself on the other spectrum, on the sense that I want people to get to know me, my personality, and believe in my content and believe in me as someone that they can say, hey, you know what? I like that guy. I'm going to subscribe to his content. He's cool. He's down to earth. He tells it like it is. I don't sugarcoat anything, and I'm not going to. If I say something, that's it. That's what I believe, and that, but yeah, just check my Twitter. God, to be honest with you, I don't even know I never really pay attention to that. I'll let you know now. If you don't have me on Twitter for whatever reason, follow me on Twitter if you want. So mine, should have known, is that, so do a search at Gameboy 1983. So it's at GAMEBOY 1983. So boom, that's me right there. So subscribe, and then you'll also know, and also if you do subscribe, I know it's a cliche and people say it all the time, but I'm going to say it anyway because I said it in the last video. Hit that notification thing. This way, when my next video is going to be up. But in the meantime, I'm going to still post things on Facebook as well as Twitter saying, hey, video is going to be live in a few minutes. Video is going to be live at 2 o'clock or whatever it is. This way, you subscribe and check out my content. I apologize for the long rant, but again, I think I want to still keep doing this a little bit more. And eventually I'm going to stick to one specific topic. And if people like my content, give a like, subscribe, and share. Do what you got to do. Send me a message. I would love to hear any feedback, or if anyone wants to talk about something, I wouldn't mind anybody coming up on my YouTube and we can discuss things. Feel free. No problem at all. Again, I'm an open book. I got nothing to hide. There's no reason to. But I love video games. It helps me. I'm in a better place. I'm happy. I may be single, but you know what? It is what it is. I'd rather be single and happy than being in a bad relationship where it's like one-sided again. I don't want to go down that road. So again, so I'm hitting on a little bit over 28 minutes. I want to try to get at least to the 30-minute mark. And once that happens, I'm going to end the video and we'll just go from there. And video 3, sometime next week, I'm sure. Don't know exactly when. It all depends. But eventually, this is like a building block. It's like anything else. You got to start from somewhere. If you never start, you're not going to get anywhere. That's how I look at it as. But again, I really do appreciate Hip Hop Gamer. I appreciate everything that he does. And again, if it wasn't for him or any of my friends, John Nunez, Ethan Webster, who else? I mean, I can go on for a few other people, but I'll leave it at that. But they were pretty much the cornerstone of me, just saying, you know what, I'm going to do this. And here I am, and I'm doing it. And it's just going to get bigger from here. And I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop. And no one can tell me different. Listen, person doesn't like my content, then you go make a YouTube video and you do it how you want to do it. I'm not going to change for anybody. Not going to. Not happening. Not anymore. So with that, I'm going to end it here. And thank you again for anybody that's going to be watching this or is watching this currently right now. And see you in the next one.